Hi, this is Shannah, and today I'd like to share with you a pick a card reading with the title Message from Your Heart, right? So what would your heart would like to tell you? And since it is a message from your heart, before you choose one of these cards, I would like you to put your hand on your heart and listen to it beat till you can really feel the beat of your heart on the palm of your hand. And then you look at these cards and let your heart decide which one your heart really wants. And we have three possibilities. We have here the first card, and it's written in Portuguese, but I will translate, and it's called Trees, Árvores, Trees. Then we have the second card. Here the title is also written in Portuguese, and it's called Prisão ou Escravatura, which means prison or slavery. And then we have the third pile, and it's called Navios, which means ships. So, your hand on your heart and breathe deeply, softly, relax, and look at the cards. And which card do you feel drawn to? So, take your time. You can pause the video if you like, and I will see you in a couple of moments. So if you chose pile number 1, the Trees card, this is your reading. And here with this card, we can see that you're in a process of growth. You are growing, and you're someone who needs security, not because you are fearful or you feel weak. It's more when you grow, you like to feel your feet planted on the ground, that you have a solid basis from which you can grow and then spread, into the light and manifest and unfold everything that you are, and ready to receive everything your life has to give you, and you can interact. But you like this connection between earth and sky. Maybe you also can have this kind of connection between the earthly realm and the spiritual realm. It's like you're in both worlds at the same time as well. And you also, of course, because this is the Trees card, you also have a very strong connection to nature. Maybe you're even an activist or defend and fight the rights of nature, rights of animals, the rights of trees as well. But even if you're not very active about it, it's like you feel like you can communicate with trees, and you'll probably even believe in fairies, in the forest folk, and you have an affinity, you're very akin to these stories, to these tales, and for you they're not fiction. There's something within you that says, I think it is true. There's something true about it. Yeah. So you have a very mystical connection to trees and to nature. Let's see what the other cards have to say. Let's leave this card here, and I'll put it here if you don't mind, because we have many, many cards. We have the 8 of Pentacles. We have the 3 of Swords. And we have the Knight of Cups. If you don't mind, I'll even put this stone here more to the side, so we have more space. Get it? Yeah. Okay. And then we have the 5 of Swords, the Universe, and the 9 of Cups, followed by the Magician. Here is called Manifest, number 1, and number 4, the 4 of Wands, joy and stability. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles strengthening bonds. Yeah. So let's start with these cards. We have a lot of material already. And the thing is, you've been working a lot on yourself. We're starting here with the Eight of Pentacles. This is a card of work. This is a card of learning a skill, of investing in yourself. And here is also your main theme at the moment, what's in your heart, is really your soul purpose. And it could be that you are at odds with your soul purpose, not that you're working against it, but you're not really following it. And this brings you to this Three of Swords mentality, or feeling actually, because you walk around with a broken heart. And it doesn't have to be necessarily love because of love in this case. It's more like you cannot actualize your soul purpose. And this is it hurts you. It makes you create resentment. It makes you start thinking negatively about yourself and sometimes projecting it onto others. But the good news here with the Three of Swords is that you hit the bottom, so to say, of this feeling. And if you really observe yourself and you observe your feelings and your thoughts, so you can hit the brakes when it comes to resentment or negativity soon enough. And this will help you then to find inspiration again, because the Three of Swords is this moment of not being happy, but then you pull yourself back up again. And this is here strengthened with the Knight of Cups. And what I get from this is those who chose pile number one is your soul purpose has a lot to do with art, with creativity. So you may be an artist at heart. You can be someone who's very creative, but you're not giving yourself this outlet for creativity. And you're working on something else that to pay your bills, and you come home tired and then you don't have the strength to do something else. So it could be this kind of a cycle where time goes by and you're still not doing what you really want to do. And we have here almost like, although they're part of the same, studying and then trying it out, but we could also see like two different worlds. You see, like you're divided between two different worlds. Like the more practical world where you pay your bills, you have this job. You may even like the job, but it's not answering your soul purpose. You're not being authentic to your heart. Now, why is that? What I get from these cards here, it's also fear. But there's another thing here. There's another interpretation as well. It doesn't have to be either or. I think it's all like a mix here. And this is here, it's a heartbreak, an actual heartbreak. Someone broke your heart. And it could be that, for instance, because you're not following your own soul purpose, you're using also love affairs or being in love in order to compensate for that. And that's not, like right or wrong way to do things. We all do, or we all survive the best way we know, right? So, but still doing that, it backfires a bit. That's what I get here. And this is what your heart is saying. Your heart, what I have here is your heart is healing from a relationship or from a love connection that didn't work out, that you went your separate ways. But what I sense here from this is you're working a lot on yourself and you're recovering. You're getting into that sense of inspiration again. So for me, these three cards, what they say is don't be too hard on yourself. Here with the Five of Swords, it's like this is why you are stopping yourself. Why aren't you following your soul purpose? You have these thoughts of defeat. You think too little of yourself. You think that you're not allowed to do it. You don't have the permission to be successful. You don't have the permission to be happy. And I also believe that sometime in your life you were told you are not talented enough, or you're not what the world is looking for. Something that made you start believing that you would never succeed and people would not like what you have to offer. But that's not really true, is it? Because we have the universe and the Nine of Cups. So these are really, really good news. So what we have here is like a progression, yeah, where you're coming from and how you're starting to progress. So your heart is telling you to continue on believing in yourself, because this phase of self-doubt is coming to an end here with the universe. And with the universe is really telling you you are part of the universe. The universe does not make mistakes, and every part of the universe is unique and needed, right? So what you have to offer will make the universe grow. And Israel, this card also tells you that you are getting now the call to stand in your power. And because of the Nine of Cups, you're going to heed this call, because you were too afraid of really standing in your power. You weren't allowing yourself to be as powerful, as independent, as self-reliant, as creative, as successful as you can be. So you were stopping yourself. There's a lot of self-sabotage here. That's what I'm getting. But things are going to turn around. You're going to stand in your power. See, you're going to stand on the origin of fear. You're going to crush it, so to say. So you're going to conquer your fear, and you start then doing what you love. Nine of Cups is really a wish come true, things going great, getting recognition. Again, this is Cups, is again artistic, is being creative, expressing yourself and getting a good response. So this is really beautiful, because then we have here the Magician, and then you realize you can create your life. You can live how you want to live. And this is when this comes. When you start acting, because maybe some of you are actors, I just realized if you are actors or you want to become an actor, this is really for you. So, but when you start doing things, when you start acting instead of just dreaming, you see what I mean, you know, going step by step, starting the way, then we have joy and stability. So there will be a level of manifestation, a level of development that will stabilize, and what you thought now is just wishful thinking will be your daily reality. You know, it's something that will be part of your life without effort. And then strengthening bonds. This is also strengthening bonds with yourself. Then instead of being your worst enemy, you start becoming your best friend. And start listening to yourself, listening to your heart, listening to what you really want to do in life. So continuing, we have then nourishment, number 7. We have number 26, surrender. And we have number 44, attraction. This is quite important. Here with the nourishment is really how do you feed yourself? And this could be literally in the sense is, for instance, that you're actually ill and you can have something with your stomach for some of you, or digestive system. And we're going back here to the broken heart. And a broken heart can make you definitely ill, okay? So don't take it lightly. But you're recovering, because the nourishment card is also a card of decision. So it's a card of healing, it's also a card of decision, and you deciding, okay, what do I let in my life? What do I let in my mind, in my heart? What kind of people do I allow to be in my life, in my inner circle? And what do I read? What do I watch? Are these things that make me happy, or are these things that make me doubt the sanity of humanity? You know, because we're so lucky. We have everything at our disposal. We can have really stupid, brainwashing, silly programs, which they're fun to watch sometimes. We can have more intellectual programs. We can have artistic things. We have everything at our disposal, which is fantastic. And now it's up to us to decide, what do I want to take in? What do I want to take as inspiration? And this is also a card that says, like, you decide how you live. You decide how you treat yourself. So this is a card of decision and surrendering. With surrendering here is really, okay, so it's really having, I have this feeling of this, always wanting to control things, in the sense is I should already be doing this. I'm this old, so I should have this and that. And I studied this, so I should have this job already. Always comparing yourself and always telling yourself that you're not where you're supposed to be. So this is a card of surrendering to what is right now. Surrendering negative thoughts, also stopping habits that don't take you further, stopping ways of thinking that hinder you. And then here with this card of attraction, because you're stopping your power. And we have here manifest and attraction. So you are a gigantic manifester. You can create, and sometimes at great speed. People tell us that here in the 3D world, things manifest really slowly. Not in your case. You can manifest things really quick. And you know it. And sometimes I think you find it a bit scary, because not other people don't live it, don't experience it like you do. And another thing that this card is telling me is, like, what are you attracting right now? Just watch your life without judging it, but just observe your life, what you have and what you're experiencing, and if it's something that builds you up or brings you down. So these are things that you attract. These are things that, are the mirror of our thoughts and feelings. So, and with the surrender here together, it's like you can change this because you're a manifester. You have the decision in your life. And then we have the end spirit, time to collaborate. Number 1. Number 40, mouse spirit, tend to the small things. And then number 36, there is always enough. So your heart wants to tell you, you're really afraid of showing yourself or working with other people when it comes to your dream, because, oh, I see. Okay. What I'm getting is like the feeling of the syndrome, the imposter syndrome, that you are afraid that others see that you're an imposter, that you're not as good as you'd like them to think you are, or that they will doubt your talent, and or maybe even steal your ideas. So there's a bit of fear of working with others, but the cards are telling us that, and your heart through the cards is telling you there's great power in having synergy. There's great power of working together, getting new ideas, and making people contribute for your well-being as well. Not making, like, forcing them, but it's a synergy. Everyone wins. Is really a win-win-win-win-win-win-win-win-win situation. And you can grow, and you can attract people that have the same vision as you, but you have to stand by your vision as well. And tend to the small things. So go step by step. You can take small steps. Make sure that your foundation is safe. Make sure that you feel secure, so that other fears won't interfere. And do one thing today, one thing tomorrow, even if it seems small, but at the end of the week, you will have done at least 5 things important for your progress. You see what I mean? So don't think too big, because this greatness, may overwhelm you. So just do little by little, and you're doing your thing, and you're walking your path. And because if the vision is too big, you're afraid you'll get crushed by it. or that you don't deserve something so great, then go step by step, slowly, And one of the things that also may keep you away from following your soul purpose is the fear of not having enough money. But here the card with the koi fish spirit says there is always enough. There is always enough money. There is always enough support. There is always enough love for you in this life. So don't let that be an excuse for you to not follow your bliss. Even if it seems a bit harsh when I say it like this, but I mean it with lots of love, because you have such beautiful talent. It's coming energetically, so beautiful, and you have it. But there's this doubt there, but don't be afraid. Go step by step. It seems too big, just go step by step. So, and then we have visions of life beyond death. The word wants to be written. Well, unconscious connections. And here with visions of life beyond death is like, first, you're a very creative person and you have a very strong imagination. And again, 44 and 42. See, 44 may be a very important master number for you. Where was it? It was here. There you go. And it's also a number of manifestation. You're a very strong manifester. But here, with this, like I was saying, very strong imagination, very creative, but it also leads you to create more problems and difficulties where there are none. You see more obstacles and create fears where there is none. And this is a time to really see beyond that, beyond fears, beyond obstacles, and see who you really are and what your heart really wants to do. And I have the feeling you're already doing, you're already working on it. You're starting listening to your heart. And it's also like here, it seems like a clock, but it's not one. But this feeling of time, you have time, but you should start now. It's very important. I don't know why I just said that. You have time, but you should start now. It's very important for some of you. And then here with this card, if you were asking, first is also this one is like everything will be better. You see, these things will be better. This is a feeling of being stuck as well, especially here with this card, together with this card. The word wants to be written. Then you have a feeling of being stuck. And for you, have a feeling that time is running out, that you also have the feeling maybe it's too late now for you, but it's not. So this is also a message of hope. You'll start seeing things differently. Yeah. And then we have here, the word wants to be written. This is confirming that, yes, what you think is your soul purpose is your soul purpose. And it has to do with creativity here. And this soul purpose wants to be lived out, wants to be experienced, wants to express itself by you, through you. This is something that it's not a childhood dream, it's not something silly. No, this is part of your core. And this is what you are here to do. But don't think that this experience of blocking yourself or being fearful is something that you shouldn't be doing. This is part of your path. It's also part of your path, okay? So don't be hard on yourself. Don't be disappointed with yourself, because this blockage is also part of your path. But this blockage is going to be lifted, and the right people are going to come to you. It's going to start, and very soon, to attract the right people to you, that people you can work with, people that will support you. And also when it comes to love, you start attracting the right partners. Or if there are already existing relationships, they will become more meaningful. They'll be deeper. They will be tender, more tender. It is really beautiful. And then we have number 33, another master number. The Ascended Master, Helios and Citrine, your time to shine. And then we have number 54, Goddess Pele and Lava Stone, melt into divine desire. And then we have number 50, Goddess Persephone and Ruby. Let's put it this way. I will start with Persephone immediately. First of all, this goes very well together with the trees, because I was telling you, like, walking between worlds. This is Persephone walking between worlds, like between the underworld and the surface. And you have that ability, like I was saying, you have the ability of also going through this challenge, let's put it that way, or blockage, or how you want to call it, and heal it, bring it to the surface, and then also inspire other people. And here with the inner queen is for you to remember that you are a queen, even if you're a man watching this, you know, then take it as a king. But you are royalty, you are nobility. And it's time for you to feel it. It's time for you to, like I was saying at the beginning with the universe, right? To take your power. Stand in your power. It's time for you to stand tall in your power. Don't be afraid of claiming your birthright of being happy and fulfilled. Okay? Because it is your time to shine. You have to come out of the shadows. And the world will bring you opportunities. The world will bring you inspiration. You are supported in your journey, but you have to come out. So this is also a question of having courage, right? Of having courage of putting yourself in the limelight. You know, there will be people that probably won't like what you do or just don't like you for whatever reason. But there's always these people that don't like you for whatever reason. So, but don't let them ruin your shine. You know, you're a star. And then Goddess Pele and Lava Stone melt into divine desire. And this is what Pele is all about, is passion, is because she's the goddess of the volcanoes. So she explodes. She can be really quiet, but then she explodes. So this is also a form of expression, bringing into light again what's inside of her and creating new life, creating islands, expanding land, or destroying land. So this is a very creative power that can change the looks of the surface, right? Can change the surface completely and brings destruction and new life at the same time. And this is what you have. So what I see here also is this cycle that you think you're stuck, you think you're too late, you think it's all is lost, but it's not. It's just part of the cycle of creation. Because when this passion comes again, and it will come soon, then you'll see you have something new that you've learned that you can now express and bring it to light. You know, just walk your path with pride. Even if you're lost, you know, just show so much pride that no one will notice. And this is the last sentence. Yeah, just walk your path with pride because you have so much to give. The inspiration will come. This phase of being stuck will end, and even sooner than you think. So, pile number 1, this is the message from your heart. I hope it resonates. I hope it inspires you. And if you'd like a private reading, my contact is in the description box below. And also the link to my Instagram account. And I wish you a wonderful time full of love. Thank you. So if you chose pile number 2, what prison or slavery, this is your reading. So with this card, what I get here is you're feeling imprisoned. And it could be by a belief system, could be by your own thoughts, but the feeling that you cannot be what you truly are. You cannot do what you really want to do. It's like there's always a barrier. And also the feeling that up to a certain extent you have to sell your soul in order to be accepted, meaning you have to be something that you're really not. You know, that's what I get here from this. And that your true self is hidden somewhere really deep in your psyche. Yeah. So let's see what the other cards say. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Hierophant. We have the Knight of Wands. The Aeon, this is the Judgment card, number 20. The Seven of Wands. The Princess of Wands. Can you see it? No. Okay, Princess of Wands in reverse, like the Page of Wands. Then we have Seek the Truth. The Crown Chakra. 7-7, look. And number 1, Clarity of Belief. And we also have here the 7 of Wands. So you have 3 sevens. So this is, with the 777, this is, it's usually called the divine number, the number of God. So this is, it's a very peaceful number, in the sense it's like it's a number of going within, but it's very introvert. And again, it's like your true self is just observing, but not really being an active part. Interesting that. But the 3 cards, the first ones, they're very happy cards, actually. Everyone is laughing in them. And we have the Four of Wands. It's always celebration, being part of life, having good news, having good friends around you, doing fun things. Then we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is here, stands also for tradition. These 2 cards together could be a sign of a marriage. You know, maybe you're married, or maybe you have a very strong connection to someone. But then we have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is more like adventure, not really reliable. So what I have feel here with these 3 cards is actually, it's like your inner wisdom, like your inner wish, your inner self, someone who's fun. You know, you want life to be easy, you want life to be fun, and you don't have anything against tradition. It's like part of your soul as well, of your makeup, and you want it as integrated as part of who you are. But what I get here as well with this combination is I also see kind of a rebel, not in a negative way, but as a free thinker, like more alternative, someone who, you know, you go your own way. And even like the traditions you follow, or I say the religion you follow, is somewhat more naturalistic. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting a lot of this hippie vibe because of the cards, but it's also like something that's more out of the normal. And if it's not something that you're manifesting right now, but it's something that you like to have, like something more individual, more natural. I'm getting this word the whole time, natural. And here, it's also see this wish of, you know, starting over, having a second chance, being able to do things differently. But then we have the Seven of Wands and the Princess of Wands in reverse. Now, the Seven of Wands is a card of defending yourself. So it can be that there's also a transition here. You're having a time that was very carefree as well, but now it's changing, that you have to be more careful in your life. There's some fear involved, especially here with the Princess of Wands in reverse. But with the Seven of Wands, it's also you have to defend yourself. You have to impose yourself, not impose as forcing your presence, but to make a stand and always defend who you are. This can be very tiring. And one thing that I see here is like there's a scattered energy here with the Princess of Wands. It's like you cannot focus on something. What I see here is also that you're very blessed with your talents, in the sense that you have multiple talents. And it's like also here with the Seven of Wands, but you can always choose one, right? You have to choose one of these talents, but you have so many. And what I see from this card in this context is like finding ways where all these talents cross, so you can use them and they can all serve one main talent, so to say. So you can use all these talents and not waste any of them. And it's difficult because at the moment you're very scattered. Your energy is very scattered and you cannot find a way of really focusing and applying your talent and your wisdom just to one thing. Then we have the Seven of Swords, seek the truth, and we have the crown chakra and clarity of belief. So here is also seeing through the veil of illusion is the first thing I got, but you can be also the one wearing this veil, like wearing a mask. And I think this, like, you want to be authentic and you want to be surrounded by authentic people. And it's like you're looking for your true self. You're looking for your inner wisdom, your inner identity. And one of the ways of doing this is really listening to your intuition. And it could be that you have like psychic abilities, or you're very linked to the spirit world, to the divine, through your own way. So this, again, we have with the Hierophant in this, you can be very spiritual, be it in a traditional way or a not so traditional way, but you're very connected to your higher self, even if you don't call it like that, or you don't realize it as such. But there's a really strong connection here, and this is what can help you to find your true identity and to live by it, without having to hide. I have really the feeling here of hiding. And clarity of belief is really seeing the truth. Is, again, you're seeking the truth, but you will find it. So don't worry about it, and you're going to find it through inspiration. It's like with insights, and you can transform fear into courage and into beauty and manifestation. So you're on your way of changing your life into something that is more truthful to you, so you can shine as the beautiful person that you are. And then we have resilience, we have the path, and we have resistance. Yeah. So you're someone, you don't give up easily. You keep on going no matter what. But with the card resilience, so we have the numbers 21, 8, and 25. With the card resilience is also the card of learning from your mistakes. This is what makes you resilient. So instead of giving up, you learn from your mistakes and you carry on. And carry on is what your heart wants you to do. Follow the path. There is a certain path that's just yours, it's unique, and it's time to follow that path, to be who you really are. But you're meeting this path with resistance. And I think that you're meeting this path with resistance because it's what you expect as well, that people are going to resist who you really are. And so why the card is here is really to tell you, just do it anyway. You learn along the way. You learn by doing. That's resilience. That's believing in yourself. But you're still a bit afraid of it. So there's a bit of procrastination, especially when it comes to career or just showing the world who you are. And there's a procrastination here a bit. So there's some resistance on your part, especially because, like I said earlier, you expect resistance from other people. And then we have skunk spirit, know your worth, take the lead, especially here the path, and resistance, be fearless. Number 4, be fearless and bold. Number 54, 58, number 4. So the cards are really telling you to be brave, to be courageous, and do not be afraid of what other people may think of you, or may, if they understand you or not. The first thing, the first step is really to know your worth. And your heart is really trying to tell you, you have so much worth. You're so wonderful. You're so beautiful. You're so talented. You have so much to give. When you realize this, then this resilience is easy, because if you fall, you get up again and you fix the crown, like you just keep on going. And it's time really to take the lead on your path and just start going, making that decision and make the first steps towards it. The first step, the second step, maybe it's a bit difficult because you're still a bit afraid, but then you'll notice that the path is just walking. It's made out of walking, of doing things, one decision at a time. So you don't have to have everything figured out immediately, right? Because life is full of changes and turns and beautiful synchronicities, but you just have to start somewhere. Do what you love, show yourself, and be fearless and bold. And things are not as bad as they appear. If they meet you with resistance, you answer with a smile. You don't have to go on an aggressive tour against the world. You don't, because the world is not really against you. Maybe they won't understand you at first, but they're not against you. Then we have number 38, restore and replenish. Number 4, again 4, against the grain. Then we have 11, diving for light. But this is now a time, this is what your heart is telling you, this is a time to rest, a time to retreat and rest. I think there was maybe, you were very busy, or you did a lot of things, and there were even some attacks from the outside, but now it's time, to relax, to rest, to recharge your batteries. So take your time. It's okay. So you can think clearly and you feel stronger. And then if you feel stronger and think clearly, you are braver immediately. And that's the thing here with against the grain. So you are different than other people. You go against the grain. But don't be afraid. Don't try to be something that you're not. And that's what we had here with the 7 of Swords. Because the 7 of Swords is the thief in the night. And it's not very honest or a bit mischievous when it comes to telling the truth. It's very flexible when it comes to tell the truth or show their true colors. But you don't have to. Going against the grain is showing your individuality, is a sign of creativity and being authentic to who you really are. But it's okay if you're afraid, because you probably had this experience in the past of like in another life, of prison or enslavement, just for being different, even probably for having simply another color of skin. And these kind of traumas, they can last throughout incarnations, and they could be the answer for some of our fears when it comes to show ourselves. No one wants to be judged by exterior things, like if we're blonde or if we have black hair or whatever. We want to be judged, not judged. We don't want to be judged at all, but we want to be seen as a whole, as a wonderful person, as a soul. So your fear is understandable, but you are different. You are a creative person. You do things your way. You're original. You're one of a kind. And it's your uniqueness that's so special to the world, that makes you so wonderful. And diving for light, yes, you're someone, you can even be a light worker. You inspire other people. But here, what it's meant here with diving for light is how incredible it is that you can bring light into darkness. And you are able to find light in the darkness, in difficulties. You can be surrounded by chaos and you can still find beauty in it. You can still find compassion in it. You can still find love and friendship in it. So you have this beautiful talent and power to turn chaos and darkness and hostilities into something beautiful. And that will be your way out of sadness. It's your way out of complications. It's your way out of darker times, is to find this light, to find the beauty where no one else can see it. That is what will propel you to more positive vibrations, to more positive feelings. Then we have Read the Energy. Number 34, Ascended Master Merlin. Wow, and Mystic Merlinite. Then we have Individuality. Number 5, Angel Yahel and Labradorite, Individuality. And then we have number 21, Ascended Master Lady Nada and Rhodochrosite, Sensitivity. So, and your heart here is also telling you, because it's no wonder if you feel afraid of showing yourself, because first, you're a very, very sensitive person. And you're very sensitive to energies. People don't really have to speak words out for you to know what they mean and what they think. You can feel it. Sometimes you can even feel events before they take place. So I think I said it earlier. So there is a very strong psychic power here. So you have this link with the spiritual world. You have this direct link with the soul of the world. And so you can feel events, trends, and sometimes you can even feel fashion styles before they're in fashion. You can already feel them coming. And this makes you very sensitive because you're so sensitive to energy, that this can really either overwhelm you or hurt you, because you can feel also the true intentions of other people, especially when they're not kind intentions. So this really hurts you. But again, we have the individuality. Look, we have been talking about being different, being unique the whole time. And this is who you are. And I'm getting like you came here to this beautiful planet to show others that you can be yourself and still be loved. You can be your unique self and be accepted. And really, by being your true self, by being so unique, you also teach others to love what is different, to be open to originality, to be open to other ways of thinking, of feeling, of living. So you're going to open minds. But your sensitivity is understood. You're a very giving person. You're very loving, and you're very compassionate. And again, this makes you vulnerable. And you're afraid of showing your vulnerability because, of course, you're afraid that people will step on it. But the cards are telling me, be your true self, be who you really are, and you'll be protected. I'm having here the feeling, especially the cross here, having this feeling of protection and also of this insight, like I was telling you earlier, this insights, this vision There's something bigger happening for you. And when you realize it, when you understand it, many things fall into place, and you'll see another perspective of your life and of your personality, which will enrich you and also propel you further. And many of these fears will just fall away and fade away. Yeah. There's a lot of fear of persecution, but that's not the truth anymore. You won't be, punished for who you are anymore. You won't be. You're protected. Those who chose pile number 2, you are protected. And this is what your heart wants to tell you. You are loved and you are protected. So pile number 2, this was your reading. I hope it inspires you. I hope it resonates. And if you'd like to book a private reading, my contact is in the description box below. Also, the link to my Instagram account. And I wish you a wonderful time full of love. Thank you. So if you chose pile number 3, this is your reading. And you chose the card Ships. So I'll just take it literally, like what we see is traveling. You may love to travel, to discover. And even if you cannot travel right now, or for some reason, financial or whatever, you are not allowed or you cannot travel, you like to watch things about traveling, documentaries, videos, follow people on Instagram who are traveling or have traveled, but you love this sense of freedom, of horizons, of discovery, and even in your life in general, you like to have an open mind. You're very open-minded about things, about people. You have a wide range of interests as well. I'm saying as well because pile number 2 also had that, which is beautiful. You like themes that are not very conventional, and they're not mainstream. That's how I put it. You're not very interested in mainstream. You're more interested in the exotic, in even history, geography, botanic things, animals, you name it. You love things to do with knowledge, what's new, what's exciting, other cultures. So, and you're like a pioneer, so you also have ideas that are new, that are different, that propel humanity or your community, if you want to go microcosm, into, propel them further, create new possibilities. Can even be like an entrepreneur as well, some of you, or you'd like to become one, because you're the captain of your ship. That's the message, exactly. You're the captain of your ship. So let's see what the cards have to say. We have the 8 of Swords, the Page of Swords, we have the Sun, we have the 9 of Swords, the 9 of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. And then we have the Heart Chakra. The Empress here is called Nurture. So we have 4, 3. Then we have 2, 4, 3, 2. Well, spread your wings. This is the 2 of Wands. Yeah, the 2 of Wands. Oh, so it is about travel. How fun is that? Now, there seems to be some confusion here, especially we're starting with the confusion here at the 8 of Swords. So this is your heart is telling you you feel stuck without being stuck. And your heart is telling you all your doubts, all your confusion, all this fear. There's also feeling of fear. Of course, we have the 9 of Swords there. So all this feeling of fear is not real. It's really telling you that it's not real. It's just in your head. And what your heart wants to tell you is that in order to clarify this confusion, instead of diving into it, and drowning in it, You can save yourself. And I find really interesting here because she's crossing this path, like it's very dangerous, but she is relying on facts. I know this word has become very dangerous the last 4 years, but when I say relying on facts, it's not trying to say something is more important than the other. Everyone has their own reality. But what helps you is getting more knowledge about what's confusing you or about the situation you're confused about. So, and you're someone, because we saw it from this card, you love knowledge, you love reading, you love watching programs, tutorials, documentary films. So knowledge will help you through this phase. Reading, also communicating with other people, changing opinions, reading other people's opinions. And in our time that we're living is really like, it's wonderful because we have the internet, we have access to all kinds of information. So again, I'm not here saying a type of information is better than the other, but you need a certain kind of information, that will be according to yourself, to your personality, and to the situation you're living. And through this information, through this guidance, it's really guidance, you get into clarity. We have the sun afterwards, and so if you're confused, if you're in fear, this will pass. So either you distract yourself with any social platform, because distracting from fear is not giving it power, so it's also okay, or you get more knowledge about the situation so you feel more in control. This is really important to you. And you become then this clarity with the sun. You become clarity, you see the truth, you see things as they really are. And I have a feeling here of freedom from fear, freedom from this feeling of being caged in a situation. So the outcome is quite positive if we see it here, here, or here. Because here again we have the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Swords is again a card of illusion. You don't sleep at night, you are in fear, you have doubts, and it's really bringing you down, making you feel anxious, making you feel sad. But the card is saying, yes, this is what you're experiencing, like you're a victim of cruelty, but most of this is just in your head. You're making things worse than they really are, because a grand opportunity is coming your way. The Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is the card of business success, especially if you're a woman. So sorry, man, but it doesn't matter, because we have here, because it's Venus in Virgo. See? So this is the independent woman, the business woman. And so you're getting your independence. And if you're a man, is also the independence. And with the Venus, so it could be that both you, women and men, you're working in creative endeavors, be it fashion, like feminine things, but creativity, even if it's like about more male specific subjects, but it's about creativity, expression. So it could be, I'm getting a lot of fashion, I don't know why, but fashion, art, whatever, any kind of creativity. And there's a breakthrough here, and this is confirmed then with the Wheel of Fortune. Things are changing, things are coming your way. What you thought was lost, it could be even, especially because of the times we're now living, you're afraid about money, you're afraid of losing your financial freedom, or, your financial welfare. Can I say it like that? Yes, I think so. But there is an opportunity coming. And this is also here. Being open to new opportunities as well. And here with the Page of Swords is also the internet again. It's like keep your eyes open for things that come up. You'll get a message, because this is also the messenger. You will get a positive message with a new opportunity. So all these fears will subside. This is what your heart wants to tell you. Your heart understands your fears, and they're founded, but you're making things worse than they really are. And things are going to change, right? It just may seem that it takes a long time, but when they change completely overnight. Okay? A new opportunity is coming, and money is coming. Yeah. Money is coming your way, so relax. And speaking of the heart, we have the heart chakra. And the heart chakra is here saying, hey, listen to your heart. So your heart is saying, listen to me. And create, if you don't have like the very strong link to it, create that link, because it will really bring you to your own creative resources, and you feel more linked to the ground, to Mother Earth as well. And if you feel linked, like if you feel grounded, you feel secure and you feel safe, and you can think more creatively. Yeah. And you can see solutions appear just in front of your eyes. While if you are in this fear-based thinking and feeling, then you cannot focus on the positive opportunities, right? And here with the Two of Wands, it's like there is now an opportunity, even if it seems against all odds, to start something magnificent. Two of Wands is this decision and going out and making it happen. It's the decision of making things happen and just go out into the world and try your luck. So you're getting an opportunity to be recognized, to do something meaningful, and to do something that makes you happy. Something, I get here again with the Empress, something that's creative, right? So you have now the opportunity of doing something that's really meaningful to you, and that also nurtures you. So it will have financial value. You'll be financially recognized, so to say, if it makes sense. Okay. So we have abundance. See? Abundance is coming. Number 38. Then we have number 16, power. And then we have purity, snow moon. And this is the full moon, and this is the harvest moon. Harvest moon is going to be now at the weekend, right? It's tomorrow, the 31st. It's on Saturday. So we'll have the harvest moon. So here, this reading is for you if you're watching it now in end of October 2020. But the reading is timeless. Now, the harvest moon here is abundance. The abundance is coming to you. It's really telling you nothing is going to fail you, right? But the harvest moon also says, take care of your finances, be always prepared, and not that something bad is going to happen, but gives you again that sense of power. Remember here with the Page of Swords, being prepared, knowing what you have, knowing what to do, knowing when to do it. It gives you that sense of power. And I think that here for the ones in pile 3, this is really something that you need to have, the feeling that you're grounded, that you're in control. Again, speaking of power, I have here the full moon, and this is a full moon. And we have 2 full moons. No, we have 3 full moons with a snow moon. Oh, wow. So this is wonderful because things are really coming your way. And one thing I'd just like to tell you, because I noticed earlier, but I was talking, and because we have 9, 9, see? Okay, we have the 9 and 19, but we have 4 and 3 is 7, 7 and 2 is 9, so 9, 9, 9. And, okay. And the purity here is really to look at yourself and also others and see the intentions. What are really the intentions of others and of yourself? And also to see how pure your intentions are. But it has more to do, it's not that you're deceiving people, it's more how authentic are you being to yourself. And what I get here is like, what I'm getting, so this will be very specific, but don't screw up a good thing. Don't screw a good thing up, something like that. Don't screw up a good thing because with your negative thoughts. So, and really what I'm getting here is like, you're very impressionable. That's it. You're very impressionable. And I see. And it could be that's also the opinion of other people. I'm sorry I'm laughing, but okay, what I got is the, let's see if you get it, is the opinion of other people that is turning your snow yellow. Sorry for that, but it's what I got. It's like they're ruining your good mood, they're ruining your vibration, they're ruining something beautiful that you've got going on, because opportunities will come. Don't let anyone destroy your faith, or tamper with it or whatever. Don't let anyone make you feel small, make you feel fearful, because you are powerful and you're a powerful manifester. Things are coming your way. Abundance is coming your way. So stand in your power and don't let other people make you small. That's important. Then we have transformation is beautiful, the butterfly spirit, number 11. Then we have 42. Otter spirit, you are never alone. And we have 65, whale spirit, trust the great mystery. So again, this has to do with this fear. And so just trust the mystery, trust life, trust the law of manifestation, God, the universe, the angels, your spirit guides. Trust that all of these beings are doing their best in order to protect you, in order for you to feel loved and give you the chance of transforming and showing your beautiful self. And you're in the middle of a transformation. You are coming into this power, right? And your heart wants to know, don't be afraid of how the world is going to react. Don't be afraid if people think you deserve it or not. Just be. And, they all have this crown. So again, is this, be the queen and the king that you are. It's a bit similar to pile number 2, gotta say. But be this noble being that you are. And you're transforming into it. You're understanding your true colors. You start to be who you really are and do what you really want to do. It's beautiful. And you're never alone. You have people around you that believe in you, that support you. And if you were wondering, or maybe some of you are single and you're tired of being single, the right person will come. The right person. It may take a little bit longer because we had here the 9 of Pentacles, but in this context of love, what it tells me is also that the moment you feel comfortable with being single is the moment that you find someone. And let's come back here. See how these 3 cards align. See, we have the 9 of Pentacles, which is the card of sorrow, of anxiety and nightmares and so on. And then we have the card of the successful woman, but usually she is single. So we could see here that if you are single, then you're tired of being single and you're sad about it. You probably believe you won't find anyone, but that will change. That will change. See here? And that's what your heart is trying to tell you, just hanging there. The moment you feel comfortable with this, with being the queen or being the king, the person will come. Because then it's not a question of needing, see, and then you have love. Yeah, so it's going to be fine. It's not a question of needing, it's a question of attracting.